on kjagradio.com at the Small Town 2012 140 Conference, State of Now Conference. I'm going to get it right at some point. There's like 3 gimmicks here. It is Jiggy Jag and...
Michael Fienen.
Talk to me about your speech, my friend. It was quite interesting.
Well, hopefully it was interesting. Unfortunately, I think Martin had the upper hands, being that he's living the talk at the moment up in Pennsylvania. But talked about crisis communication in response to some of what went on over in Joplin. Where I'm from, Pittsburgh, Kansas, we can basically throw a rock right over the border and hit Joplin, basically.
Awesome.
So we were extremely...
Do that a lot.
Yeah.
Throw rocks at them.
We had a lot of students. There's a university there in Pittsburgh. We had a lot of students, a lot of faculty involved in both not just the immediate relief, but also long-term, looking at helping them rebuild the Extreme Home Makeover that was in Joplin. We had like 200 students from Pitt State that were involved in helping with that. And so there was a lot of tie between the communities. We're very close over there.
Now, he joined us via Skype.
Yeah.
Kind of a bad Skype connection, I noticed. But he got his information out there. Talk to me about using technology, Skype, Twitter, Facebook, all these things to end with crisis management and things of that nature.
And in our case, too, we had our own mini kind of crisis communication plan where I had a backup video in case we couldn't get him here. I know Becky had a copy of it, so it's like we tried to make some effort in case there was a trouble. But you know, what we ended up seeing a lot of was, of course, Twitter was like the breaking point, you know, of the information. TV, my wife and I literally were sitting at home watching the news as the tornado hit Joplin. They were panning the camera around, and you could see stuff being blown around, and that was like the oh crap moment. Luckily, I was laid up from knee surgery, so I was already sitting in my chair with my computer in my lap on Twitter when all of this started. And so 4 days and I think something like 500 tweets later over several sleepless nights of pushing information out that way, getting very involved on Facebook, not just from a coordination, but a lot of other people started Facebook pages, you know, looking for individuals, looking for family members, helping them, you know, get connected. A group of us got very involved with Google Docs. It became extremely important, especially early on before FEMA had gotten in there, Red Cross had gotten in for helping coordinate donation locations, not just in the area. I mean, we had donation locations all over the U.S. In that list, and what they were collecting, until what time, what was needed, and really trying to help coordinate that as much as we could from the citizen level until, you know, more official entities could get in there and kind of help take that over.
Now, you mentioned on here that the talk is crisis versus chaos. Which would you rather have, crisis or chaos?
I actually enjoy a good dose of unpredictability in life. I'll take chaos. I like being thrown a challenge and saying make something from it.
Now, YouTube and Facebook and Skype and all these things, crisis management people are using these. Mm-hmm. Which is the most effective tool?
I think that's a question without an answer. It really depends on location. And right now, I think Twitter is extremely good, but in a lot of small towns, if you're looking at communicating internally versus externally, that's where the difference gets drawn. Twitter, great for getting news out to anybody. Yeah. If you're looking very locally, probably more your Facebooks. Most cities now have city pages for all of their municipal type stuff and things like that. Plus, you're pretty much guaranteed Facebook will be there. You can't predict everything, but Facebook's pretty solid. Twitter, we still see once in a while under heavy load, will blink out on us for a little bit, but is not 100%. But Facebook, for I think most people communicating to their internal citizens, is probably their absolute best bet right now in a pinch. Because again, power's knocked out. If you can get in your cell phone in a car and drive down the road, maybe hit a tower, you can update your city page or something like that. So there's a lot of ways in, so to speak, into that framework.
Well, that's cool. Well, I enjoyed your talk. I enjoyed chatting with you here. And thanks for listening. We'll be back here in just a few moments here. KJ.